westbound approaching the TW extension, or are you actually in the Northgate Village Apartments now?
Well, I can tell you it's been a very, very dangerous and extremely fast pursuit. They've been chasing that van right there. Now,
It's exactly what he's doing. Are you Googling the laws right now?
Henderson Police Department's SWAT team responded to the scene and set up a perimeter around the condominium.
I can travel in and out of time zone.
And the 3 key rules for a criminal defense lawyer: always on time, impeccably dressed, and occasionally sober.
The yellow sports car up ahead won't stop. Then something happens you might expect in a Spider-Man movie. It wraps around the tire of the fleeing vehicle and stops all forward motion.
Objection, action answered.
I mean, he leaps over the fucking bench.
No, the thing is that's my property. You have no choice.
Actually, I do, because I found friggin' Xanax bars on your driver's seat. If you want to explain something, explain those.
Cops get very frustrated when you don't answer their questions.
No.
Step back forward.
He's gonna go straight. There's a car right here. Got him.
All right, I'm going to excuse everyone. Mr. Brooks is being removed from the courtroom.
This is fucking hilarious. So he pulls out a joint in court.
Go, 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 go.
Turn on your stomach! Stop fighting us! Stop resisting!
The injury by the police, that may be a separate issue for you to file a civil suit.
Chris, just while he's doing that, talk to me. What were you running for again?
Warrant.
Warrants? A felony warrant? City warrants what?
Felony warrant on Kansas.
Well, I'm pretty sure they ran you, and you don't have any warrants.
I don't.
No.
No warrants.
No. So all that for nothing, right? No warrants, no nothing.
Yeah.
Police! A little farther back. A little more. Okay, go.
Not finna sit here and let you fix the trial because you don't want to tell the truth to the jury.
We're there, guys. Got eyes on.
I want to suck it. Yes, I think I would like to suck your dick. I don't think so.
I prefer not to.
I prefer not to, sir. See, that I love that.
So do you wish to say anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Hello, hello. Welcome back. Did you miss me? Of course you did. I know you did. I know it. It's true. I missed you. I did. And we're here another day. Another day. Another true crime conspiracy. Here's what it is. I've added my little pet ensemble here. So they've got their little treats and a nice little bed so they don't annoy me. And I rushed down to the reject shop to get some nice neon lights. Just cause I could. So, the conspiracy continues. Lordy B. I must say, I was left feeling very unfulfilled on Monday after this retrial, the mistrial. It wasn't the ending that not that I was looking for, but it just didn't have an ending as such. It didn't have a conclusion. And I felt still up in the air, and I still do. I still feel like there's no resolution being achieved. And to watch the defense stand outside the court with, an air of success to a mistrial. And yes, according to the other, guilty verdict, of course it's a success. But they seem to be jubilant. They seem to be, like it was a winning a battle that I didn't understand, and to a degree still don't. But it got me thinking. The first question I thought was, why did they have 77 people on their witness list and only use 6 of them? And I think 3 of them, or at least one of those 6, was dropped in their plates, in their laps, pretty much, 2 weeks before the end of the trial, which was the animal bite specialist, and the other 2 were dropped in their laps from the federal investigation. I didn't actually get a chance to go back and check if they were actually on the witness list, but they didn't interview Lieutenant Burkowitz. They didn't interview Karen Rafferty, and they didn't interview Michael Morrisey. They were all on the list. And I know that the 6 people that they did present was all that they needed, basically. They pretty much only needed the last 2, and maybe the first 2, to create reasonable doubt at the end of the day. So, and then I was like, well, what's going to happen to Proctor? He's got to answer to this, and blah, 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 blah. My head went, whoop. So I thought I'd just have a look into it. And then the following day, of course, it comes out that Proctor has been relieved of his duties, thankfully. And we've got a statement here. I've got some videos that I've prepared from the Norfolk County State Police Department and a few other people, a few attorneys and stuff, and their opinions on where to go from here and what happens now, pretty much. Because, yeah, I'm at a bit of a loss. Now, apparently, the prosecution has already said that they will be retrying the case, which I think is a little bit presumptive at this point. My opinion, I don't think this is going back to trial at all. Not going to happen. Nope. No way. Nope. I think that this is phase 1. Phase 1 complete as far as the federal investigation goes. Now their hands are untied. The trial is over, and they are free now to either complete or reveal, or both, their plans and their findings in their 18-month federal investigation so far. That's my thoughts. And I think we'll watch this over the next fortnight or so unfold. I think Lally, yes, probably put his opinion out very quickly that he was going to retry the case. But I think he's part of the investigation. I think he's part of the problem. He is definitely part of the witness tampering, because purely just the Sallyport reverse video footage, he knew absolutely 100%. He knew that was inverted and put it up anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, he's part of the problem, and he will be dealt with accordingly. So if you don't have Lally, who's going to retry it? Morrisey? No, he's going down with the rest of them, in my opinion. And I ask you, where have I been wrong in my predictions so far in this case? As Gabby says, it's my ESPN. So what I will do is I will put on our first video of this eve that I have prepared for your viewing. And this is basically starting at where Bev cause a mistrial. Let's do it.
Note, Judge Canoni, despite our rigorous efforts, we continue to find ourselves at an impasse. Our perspectives on the evidence are starkly divided. Some members of the jury firmly believe that the evidence surpasses the burden of proof, establishing the elements of the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Conversely, others find the evidence fails to meet this standard and does not sufficiently establish the necessary elements of the charges. The deep division is not due to a lack of effort or diligence, but rather a sincere adherence to our individual principles and moral convictions. To continue to deliberate would be futile and only serve to force us to compromise these deeply held beliefs. I'm not going to do that to you folks. Your service is complete. I'm declaring a mistrial in this case.
Now, I think, for one, that statement was absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Very well thought of. Just amazing.
And the note from the juror suggests, from the foreperson, suggests that the division was broad, that it wasn't just one outlying juror who couldn't be brought around to one view or another.
9 weeks of testimony and evidence meant to clear things up and show the truth to the jury. But in the end, the jury was as divided as the community, and they deadlocked. So what now?
At 6, we are hearing from a juror in this case.
WBZ's Louisa Moeller spoke to a woman who was actually one of the alternate jurors.
I just spoke with a member of the jury in the Karen Read trial. She would like to be referred to as juror number 3. Obviously, these folks have been through 9 weeks of hard work. She did not want to go on camera, but was willing to let me take some handwritten notes, and I'll consult them for accuracy. So juror number 3 was an alternate in this trial. That means that she was present throughout the entire trial, could listen to evidence and testimony, but was not present during deliberations. First, I asked her, how do you feel at this moment? She told me, quote, exhausted and disappointed. She told me she was, quote, not in the room where it happens. That's the deliberation. She said, quote, it was a lot to sit quietly in a room for almost a week. There were, of course, 5 days of deliberations. I asked her what she thought about this case and Karen Read's guilt or innocence. She said, quote, I approached this trial as if I was taking one of my graduate level classes. I would get an A+ in note taking. And then I'm paraphrasing here. She says, I believe the Commonwealth did not do their job to convince me beyond a reasonable doubt that Karen Read was guilty. Paraphrasing again, no one saw exactly what happened. She told me that watching both families throughout this process was painful and tragic. And then I asked her about Trooper Michael Proctor's testimony and his explosive and inappropriate texts about Karen Read. She said his testimony would not have, even if it were not included in this case, she still believes that there would not have been enough evidence to convict Read. As for the trial and the jurors, she says it was a lovely group of people. We celebrated birthdays. We even did puzzles together. Now,
even did puzzles together. How cute is that? All right. So, yes, one of the jurors has, well, let me just get rid of that. Juror number 3, one of the alternates, has spoken out, apparently, but didn't really give much information. I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to see a lot from the jury, to be honest. I think they're probably very skeptical about revealing their identity, are very wary just because of the community potential backlash from Brian Albert. That's purely my speculation there, but I know if I was in that position, in that community, I wouldn't want my identity known. But so then we move to post mistrial.
Bring false charges against an innocent person. The Commonwealth did their worst. They brought the weight of the state based on spurious charges based on compromised investigation and investigators and compromised.
Now, this is what got me. It sounds like it's a, we've won speech, and they all stand there very dignified and very, yes, we've beaten them. That's it. And I don't understand how they can be so confident if they thought for a second that there's the potential for another trial. How can they stand there and be so confident, thinking, oh shit, there could be another trial? And a retrial generally favours the Commonwealth because the defence have played all their cards. So this got my head spinning again.
Witnesses.
Free Karen Reid supporters down the road telling NBC 10 Boston they're not going anywhere.
Now, we return to the fallout from the mistrial in the case against Karen Reid. The lead investigator, Trooper Michael Proctor, has been relieved of his duties. Following the jury's decision, the Massachusetts State Police offered condolences to the family of John O'Keefe and then went on to say, quote, upon learning today's result, the department took immediate action to relieve Trooper Michael Proctor of duty and formally transfer him out of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office State Police Detectives Unit.
Massachusetts State Police Trooper and lead investigator in the Karen Reid murder trial, Michael Proctor, relieved from his duty effective immediately.
Yes.
State Police confirming the action in a statement saying, quote, upon learning today's result, the department took immediate action to relieve Trooper Michael Proctor of duty and formally transfer him out of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office State Police Detectives Unit. This follows our previous decision to open an internal affairs investigation after information about serious misconduct emerged in testimony at the trial.
I'm declaring a mistrial in this case.
The suspension coming just hours after a mistrial was declared. NBC 10 Boston investigators confronting Proctor at his house just before the announcement.
We'd like to ask you some questions. Do you think your actions impacted the outcome of the trial? I'm not on your lawn. I'm on the street. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
So, want to be clear, he had very bad behavior here. What impact will it have, if any, going forward now? Now, Lieutenant, let me begin with you, please. Your reaction to Trooper Proctor's firing and how you think this may impact the case going forward.
We tell our teenage kids, don't text, don't email, everything that you do is memorialized forever. So, so his credibility is pretty much out the window. Regardless, I never bought into the conspiracy theory personally myself that everybody was involved, and nor did they present a lot of evidence. But of course, this is unprofessional, without a doubt. So, he's not going to be a witness in the future. If this case gets retried, I personally doubt that it will. I think, as I said from the very, very beginning, vehicular homicides, reckless driving charges happen all the time, and this is going to end up in a wrongful death.
Morning, everyone. Morning. You're all up bright and early to shit the beds. I just wanted to touch on that point. He said that he didn't believe there was going to be a retrial either. Let me just go back a bit because he said something enough.
Teenage kids, don't text, don't email. Everything that you do is memorialized forever. So, so his credibility is pretty much out the window. Regardless, I never bought into the conspiracy theory personally myself that everybody was involved, and nor did they present a lot of evidence. But of course, this is unprofessional, without a doubt. So, he's not going to be a witness in the future. If this case gets retried.
Yeah, look, his credibility is out the window regardless. Like, that's neither here nor there. But, the third party culprit, that's what I was getting at. That's why I was wondering why they pushed that so hard in the trial. Do you remember my last video? I was saying maybe it muddied the waters so that the jury couldn't definitively, get between reasonable doubt, because they're almost simultaneously doing two trials. One is the innocence or guilt of Karen, and the other is, statewide corruption at the same time. And in the jury's minds, that's the two choices they have. Either they find her guilty or she's not guilty and the state's corrupt, which I found difficult, and I didn't understand why the defense had put that and focused on that so much during the trial. But now it's sort of starting to turn the cogs. And if they know things that we don't know, hello, kitty cat. I make their bed and their food up here and they climb up there. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, if they know something that we don't know, like if Alan Jackson, they're not silly. Unetti and Jackson are not silly. If they know more about the federal investigation than we do, and they know for a fact that it will not be retried because of the facts that they know with regards to witness tampering, with regards to all these outcomes with Proctor and perhaps Bukaki and what's his name, Tully, and onwards and upwards, maybe they know that it's not going to be retried because the feds are onto them. And that's why they are so victorious. That answered my question, and it answered why they put all of that information in there in the first place. Put your thinking caps on,
I
Pete.
personally doubt that it will. I think, as I said from the very, very beginning, vehicular homicides, reckless driving charges happen all the time, and this is going to end up in a wrongful death civil trial. I just don't see where they're going to produce any more scientific evidence, any more factual evidence.
Tell me, would you make some amendments to this indictment? Would you remove the murder charge and go strictly on the manslaughter?
I'd absolutely drop the second degree. It never belonged there. I'd get rid of it right away and go forward. Manslaughter is an enhancement to some degree of the motor vehicle homicide charge, which is a felony if you're alleging both negligence and being under the influence, as in this case. I appreciate what Mike just said, and I agree with 90% of it, but I would go forward and push forward for a second trial, because I just don't think Norfolk County put their best foot forward here. And as in most cases, the prosecution learns more during the trial of a case and has better footing in a retrial than the defense. The defense here clearly gave it everything they had. And in this particular set of circumstances, I think the Commonwealth should absolutely go forward with those lesser charges.
Right. We're still working here at Court TV to confirm what the split was.
No one knows what the split was. I wonder if we'll find out. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we will eventually find out what the split was with the jury? Because Bev would have polled them back in the room straight after. There's another cat. I'm glad I turned the desk around, because all you could see was me being distracted and the odd tail coming across the screen. They would scoot below the camera line, so now you can actually see that I do have cats and I'm not just being an idiot following this tail on a stick. All right. Oh, we've got lots of messages. No, I don't think they're going to talk either, Bri. I don't. I think they're probably going to, keep their cards close to their chest. I reckon. That's my call. And as you know, my calls have been pretty darn accurate with this case. Pretty darn accurate. All right, let's have a look at what the Norfolk County Colonel John It starts with an M, I think.
I've been very clear, and I want to remain very clear. Misconduct in any way, shape, or form of the Massachusetts.
Let me move my banner. Yeah, Colonel John Morn. He's the head of the Norfolk County State Police. Let's see what he has to say.
Massachusetts State Police will not be tolerated. I think I've said that I condemn those comments in the strongest terms possible. They are not reflective of the Massachusetts State Police. That's not where we want to be as an organization.
I agree.
And I believe that we will certainly continue to monitor that and as we are moving through the process of our internal affairs investigation. As you know, initiated a internal affairs investigation early on in this process. Part of that is to monitor the case that was ongoing. We wanted to make sure we had all the information available to us through the trial process. I also want to point out that that trial process currently is unresolved, and we have an open internal affairs investigation, so I'm not really in a place where I'm going to comment on that any further.
It's an open internal affairs investigation, still ongoing. So, yes, I think though, Bri, I think they've been waiting for this trial to be done with. And I think now that it's done, you're going to see a whole gamut of things happening now. I think it's going to be a domino effect. Mark my words.
I will say very generally that we monitored the criminal trial in an effort to get as much information as possible, as it may or may not reflect on members of the Massachusetts State Police and their conduct. And we wanted to make sure we had all of that before we made a decision. We also wanted to respect the trial process, and we want to be mindful of the ongoing internal affairs investigation. We want to continue to make sure that we can provide the.
I think there's going to be more than one, Elizabeth. I think there's going to be multiple, at least 6. Oh, hello and welcome, Secret Squirrel. Good morning, good morning. You are very, very welcome, and it's great to see you here. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy. Yes, well, there's one at the moment, Bri, that Proctor is working on, or was working on. That's supposed to be coming to trial very shortly. I can't remember her name for the life of it, but I will I will try and find some more info on that one. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's great to see you all here. We have 11 people here this morning. You all up early. What is it? Wednesday morning over there. It's 9:11 p.m. here in Melbourne. And I must say, last night was cold enough to freeze the brass monkeys off. It was freezing. Oh, I love the glare, Turtle Boy and Melanie. In fact, I've got a few things that you might like. Secret Squirrel, where is it? That's Gabby. Gabby will be a witness to that. Here we go.
Yeah, eat it, fucker. Eat that shit. Eat that turd.
And this is another of my favorites.
Dear sweet baby Jesus, please don't ever let me get hit by a car in the state of Massachusetts, where any Massachusetts State Police expert is going to reconstruct the accident. Please. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Oh, I love that one. Good morning, Kim. Welcome, welcome. Oh, and Kiss Me a Cow. Good morning from Missouri. Wow. We got lots of people up in here. Lots of people. Will is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, yes. All right. Shake and bake, baby Jesus. Yes, very, very good. I do like Will. In fact, I played that quite a bit throughout the trial. Let's watch this.
Services to the public that they demand and deserve. Yeah, I think it's incumbent upon us to be in a continuous cycle of earning, maintaining public trust and legitimacy. That's we cannot do our job effectively without that. And we are hyper-focused on being able to do that and conducting ourselves in a way.
I think he's on damage control just quietly.
That demonstrates that we can do that and that we are worthy of trust. And as we move forward in this organization, we will be mindful of that, and we will be making sure that we're all doing our very best to show the public that we can be what they need us to be. I'm not in a position really to say anything about anybody else's investigation. I will tell you that we are still actively involved because there is a trial process ongoing, and we are certainly actively involved in the internal affairs process. Yeah, well, we have to take this head on.
Oh, where's my other one? Hang on. I like this one too because I do love Sean.
I'll tell you right now, these mofos are history. They are gone.
Yep. You mark his words. I'll be playing him a little bit later.
We have to be accountable to ourselves, to each other, to the residents and visitors to the Commonwealth. We have to look in the mirror. We have to be hyper-focused on making sure that we are professional and that we are in a continuous cycle of evaluation and improvement and refinement. And we need to work very hard to engage the public in a more meaningful way so that we can understand what it is that we need to do and where we want to go in order to maintain trust, build trust, and in some cases regain it. And I believe that those 6 fundamental areas that we're pushing forward are going to help us do that. I'm confident of it. Well, I think in regards to the action we took, yesterday, the important piece for us was to continuously monitor the trial, to take the information provided during the pendency of that.
That is exactly my prediction, Kim. That is exactly what I think will happen. I think they've been waiting for this trial to finish, which is why I think the defense was so elated at the steps. I think they know more about the federal investigation and internal affairs than we do, because I couldn't understand why they were so happy about a mistrial. Surely it's like, oh crap, there's another, this could be retrialed. But I think there's at least, and including Lally, there's at least 4 of the witnesses that will be heavily dealt with, and Lally particularly for tampering with evidence. If nothing else, he knew that Sally Port video was inverted. He knew. So it's going to go down.
That trial in-house in order to make the decisions that we made.
And
we made the decisions we made yesterday
cut it down, Brian.
based on things that we learned during the trial process and in other ways.
They do.
I can't speak to the impact that it may have moving forward. I know that for us as an organization, we wanted to make sure we took appropriate and decisive action when we had as much information that would allow us to do that, and we did.
4:15. Thank you. Holy crap. 4:15. Secret squirrel. Get back to bed. Goodness me. Have a coffee for me. All right. Now, what's that? I hope they use Proctor's alleged statement to Karen Reed as you walked out of court against. Yeah, I hope they do a lot of things with Proctor. One of the things begins with Proct. Have we finished that video? Yes, good. Remove that. All right, now we get to the good. Oh, no, we've done that one. Oh, we've done 3. Woohoo! What did he say? Did he make a formal statement, Proctor? Because all I saw was him telling her to get the F off his lawn. The interview that they put on. Am I missing something too? Wouldn't take much. Let me give you the tip. All right, let's watch this last one, and then I will be putting on a shared screen, and we can do a bit of hunting, if you like, online hunting for any updates and any any juicy stuff.
Options. Can you lay those out for our viewers?
This is more what if it were to go to retrial, what happens now, where to go to from here. Basically, this is more an informative presentation, FYI.
Well, originally we thought the options were that you can, the prosecution can decide not to retry the case, to retry the case, or the third option was to work out some kind of plea bargain or offer, so nobody has to retry it. Although I don't know if anybody in the defense here would accept that. However, the prosecution kind of jumped the gun and instantly said they want to retry the case.
Yeah.
So it would, if there's going to be another trial, it'll be sometime within the next year. We don't know if it's going to be 5 months or 10 months, but
I'll have to go back and watch that. Kiss Me a Cow. I'll, yeah, I'd definitely be interested in seeing that. Oh, I've lost my banner. There we go. Play.
That's what they're saying now. They've made the announcement. They are going to have a second trial, and we'll go back to square one and do it all over again.
I also heard, and perhaps you
I really felt sorry for Paul right through the trial, but the way he glared at Karen all the way through, and I don't think I ever saw him crack a single smile. Yeah, I know your brother has died, but it's like if he could have jumped over that barricade and stabbed her in the face, I reckon he would have. And I'm sorry, but if you've chosen to be so narrow-minded and not be open to the possibility, that even just the mere possibility that Karen is innocent, or there could be another explanation, then I'm sorry, I don't have any more sympathy for you. You've made your bed. You sat there. You sat with the McAlberts, and you have sat with them for the last 2 years. And if it's guilt you're feeling because you've done that, that's on you, brother. That's on you. Check out. Okay. Recovery Addict's my favorite. My favorite. He's probably one of the reasons I'm here. So Proctor testified. The Recovery Addict stream. So he's at Recovery Addict on YouTube. So check him out. Shout out to Scott. He is amazing. And he has the best voice. It's very soothing, and don't tell him, but he puts me to sleep. I play him at nighttime, and it's like the depth of his voice just lullabies me. Yes, definitely. Yes, I agree. Oh, how could you not be? He's just so nice. He's such a lovely guy as well. So, like, I could not even imagine him ever losing his cool or his temper at anyone. No one. And I really need to pick his brains on some IT stuff too, I think. All right, let's see what this guy has to say. I can't remember his name.
Work out some kind of plea bargain or offer so nobody has to retry it, although I don't know if anybody in the defense here would accept that. However, the prosecution kind of jumped the gun and instantly said they want to retry the case. So it would, if there's going to be another trial, it'll be sometime within the next year. We don't know if it's going to be 5 months or 10 months, but that's what they're saying now. They've made the announcement. They are going to have a second trial, and we'll go back to square one and do it all over again.
I also heard, and perhaps you're the knowledgeable one on this, that the defense can also make a move to maybe appeal the charges or something?
Only if they're guilty.
No, I had actually not heard that if they were convicted, they could certainly do an appeal. But at this point, though, they can't really change the charges. However, the prosecution can change the charges. For example, one of the charges here was actually murder, and which would show an intentional killing. And they didn't even bring up any evidence of that during the trial. So they could tighten up the charges, I guess, eliminate at least one of the charges if they wanted to. But that's in the province of the district attorney. They're the ones who decide what to charge and what not to charge.
Right. And do we will we ever learn the inner workings and the number of jurors that were either for or against it, or is that only if a juror decides to go public?
No, Gabby, I don't think it's going back to trial at all. And I ask you, how many of my predictions have come true with this trial? Have I set you astray yet? You said it's my ESPN.
Kind of jumped the gun and instantly said they want to retry the case. So it would, if there's going to be another trial, it'll be sometime within the next year. We don't know if it's going to be 5 months or 10 months, but that's what they're saying now. They've made the announcement. They're going to have a second trial, and we'll go back to square one and do it all over again.
I also heard, and perhaps you're the knowledgeable one on this, that the defense can also make a move to maybe appeal the charges or something?
No, I had actually not heard.
We did.
They would come back in. It's called the judge.
Jurors to talk. However, most of the time, at some point or another, they do decide to talk to reporters, to talk to somebody.
So as each jury question happened, and they would come back in and tell the judge, we can't come to a decision. Was there a sense of growing frustration, or was it just quiet stillness?
I think growing anxiety. I mean, I think that just the stress level is elevated. You saw
the second thing you pointed out is that the prosecution, I know as you reported, has said, they're going to retry the case, but this person used the word nightmare in describing trying to retry this case. What are you hearing from people in and around the case there?
I mean, I think that there is a real compulsion to retry this case, right? From
there's a dead Boston police officer.
That's the floor, right? That's the minimum reason. Then there's the momentum around the case. There's the public outcry around the case. There's the way that a judge and a prosecutor and a DA have been called out by defense attorneys for allegedly being corrupt. I mean, there's been reputations put on the line. The case has exposed some really troubling behavior in state police. And I just think all of that pressure mounts for a need for some kind of ending. And a mistrial is not the ending.
No, but a federal investigation is. Yep. The results of a pending or ongoing federal investigation will be our closure. So I don't know if any of you have heard. Should we go and have a look for this comment from Proctor? Hands up in the chat if you want me to go and search for it, or I can play another screen share, AJ. Do you remember when I asked Carmen if she was under construction? That's why she had a little... You're an idiot. I love it. Should we go and search for the super sleuth, the Proctor statement? Or should we watch a little bit of Sean McDonough? I don't know if... All right, I'll go and let's have a look. I'll get off this screen. So what day do we reckon it was? Let me see. Court TV. Where? Oh, no, you said Recovery Addict, didn't you? Recovery Addict? Okay. Let's get on to him and his live. And it was during Proctor's verdict watch. No, go back. Day 24. 2 weeks ago. Let's have a look at that one.
The marks on Mr. O'Keefe are consistent with.
So it's the day before we want. So that was day 24. RA's covered 3 trials in the one time. Busy boy. 22. Oh, he's changed it. 22. 24.
Form of an abrasion.
He's saying that his arm injuries had.
I was just on that. 23. Jody, you're an idiot. I just saw it. Where was it? There.
Five.
All right. So it was.
The next packet would be 2662.
Oh.
2679.
So it was after the hung jury when everyone was hugging Karen Reid.
23 and 2624.
So who made the comment? I'm not finished with you yet.
18
Was it Proctor?
and 2526.
I'm confused now.
Following that, 2618.
So RA's stream on
2620.
the hung jury. Let's go back up to the top. Closing arguments. Verdict watch. Deliberates. I think it might be that one.
If you knew Ivan, I would be a little more concerned. But no, you're probably fine. It's not important
So
in the liquor business or in the.
Here?
Thank you. Be seated. Closing session. 22117 Commonwealth versus Karen Reid.
Okay, so is this the right
jury
one?
is at an impasse. So we'll bring them in.
It was Paul that said it. Okay. So
It
that's
could
Paul
mean
there.
that they're hung. Oh man, tough for the family. It's tough for both families.
Please rise for the jury.
Yeah. That's Paul on screen
Tom's
right
brother's been
now.
sitting there every single day.
Yeah. And that's Turtle Boy in the green to his right.
Every court handles this a little differently. Let's see if the judge tries to encourage them anymore, or if she talks.
Notice his voice. It's so soothing.
All right, Mr. Foreman, I am in receipt of your note. Judge Canoni, despite our rigorous efforts, we continue to find ourselves at an impasse. Our perspectives on the evidence are starkly divided. Some members of the jury firmly believe that the evidence surpasses. I understand people have vacation schedules. Can we come in the week of the 21st? No, we'll do the 22nd.
Coming up.
We'll go back to the 22nd at 2. I can't let it go that long.
Your Honor, so the court knows Ms. Little and I are not available on the 22nd. We had a
That's
hearing
got to take it
on
out of you, doesn't it?
Okay.
Proposing to appear remotely anyway.
Okay.
But for a status conference, I don't want the court to think it's disrespectful to the court, but Ms. Little and I probably will not.
Okay. So you and your client will be here in person, Ms. Giannetti. All right. All right. Thank you. We'll see you then.
Wait for it.
All rise.
And
now we have.
Now it's done for the last
Come
time.
on. All right. What are you doing to me?
Hugs going around.
Looked like he was about to lean in and say something.
The letter that the jury shared.
Very impactful.
Just seeing if there's any interaction here.
Oh,
he said something. He said something to her. Paul said something to Karen on the way out.
Shit. I missed it. I looked at the chat. See,
and now it's done for the last time.
All right, we have to watch.
There.
Watch.
Hugs going around.
Karen. Watch for the blue shirt somewhere around here.
The letter that the jury shared.
Here. Here he
Just
comes.
seeing if there's any interaction here.
Oh, he did say
something. He said something.
Oh, look at
to
her
her.
face.
Paul said something to Karen on the way out. Did you see that?
Oh.
Judge doesn't ask for a count on this one. They don't ask for a count. They only poll for a verdict. The family's been asked to wait, so they separate the two. So the two sides go out differently at different times.
I want to know what he said
This is a win, but not a full victory for Karen.
No.
It's that the state was not able to convince a jury of 12 that she was guilty. So they're leaving now.
Was RA able to find out? Yes. And you saw Elizabeth Little like console Karen as well. Sidebar. I'll allow it. Oh, he does he? He slows it down to have a look. Okay. He's good at that.
I'm not sure if we get to see the last shot of the only fan.
Good on you, Scott.
Nope.
Yeah,
no
she
more
was
only
pissed.
fan.
She was pissed, wasn't she?
Oh, there it is. I was holding out. All right. So the note that the jurors read, they said that when we're at an impasse, we can't get any further. We don't know. There's no way forward. As a matter of fact, if we were to go back and deliberate further.
See RA's beautiful technicolored stuff, and I've got a couple of LED lights.
If we were to send us back and deliberate further, you'd be forcing us to give up our strongly held convictions, which is where they're not supposed to do. They're instructed not to give up, but just rethink and make sure they're firm on where they stand.
Well, hopefully he goes back and can.
So, yeah. No, she did not like what Paul said. We might hear what that was eventually. Let me see if I can go back and pull it up here.
Do your stuff.
Okay.
Yes. Got no love.
Pull the replay on that.
Oh, you're so clever.
Give me just 1 second to get things cleared off.
You know what? It looks like he knows what he's doing. He does know what he's bloody doing.
Judge Boyd off the screen.
No, he'll be on an hour and a half, probably. So head on over and check him out if you haven't, because he is amazing. He does live coverage every day.
All right.
I'm just a bit spicier than he is. I love his
Okay, let me show you what we had here. So you can see I'm gonna sort of play through this sort of slowly.
Okay. Watching. Ready?
Watch Karen right here. Watch Paul, who's up here in the
Right
top.
there.
You can barely see the mouse pointer, but he's up here in the top. If we sort of watch frame by frame here. turns to her. I don't know what was said right there. Maybe it was just a look.
No, he said something. But his wife and the reaction that from Karen, he said something.
Let's watch it in real time and see if we can tell.
Yeah, he started back here. Look at her face.
I can't tell. He definitely looked at her, and they shared some eye contact that was less than friendly. If they retry Proctor, still lead prosecute investigator? Yes.
Yes. Did you see that, Bob? I actually screenshotted it and sent it to her. That was funny. I was actually going to mention the first half of his last name because it sounded like Booger. Yes. Yes, he did. Why have I lost hearing in my ears? That sounded funny. Why have I lost hearing in my ears? Oh, thanks, Gabby. Thank you very much. There you go. If you haven't checked him out, he is awesome. Please go over and like and subscribe his channel because he's pretty much the reason I'm here. I watched him day and night.
For now.
So, was there any more?
That was everything, Nicola. They were not able to agree. So the mistrial on everything, the whole court case needs to be done again.
Then, so, no. All right. That's okay. Let's see. I'll go back to Sean McDonough because he is him and Turtle Boy about 12 months ago, maybe a little bit more, were the ones who stumbled across. Well, Turtle Boy found a few different facts in the case and that they were misrepresented, and so decided that let me remove that for a second. Decided that there was a potential for corruption. So he being an investigative journalist dug a bit deeper, and then Sean McDonough got involved. Now, Sean McDonough is a retired DEA agent from Boston. So he knows a lot of the people there. He's got a lot of contacts still in the area and in all areas of Boston. So we'll have to watch that at 9 a.m. Is that when you're starting, AJ? Closing arguments? That's over at, I'll put it up for a second. There we go. This is, if you want to watch Alternate Juror, definitely worth a head over. Have a look, 9 o'clock. She'll be live streaming the closing arguments for this particular case, and then no doubt she'll be starting another. What have I got here? Oh, absolutely. Yes. 10:30. Okay, 10:30. There's the link. Whilst I look for. Okay, now Sean. Come on. Sean McDonough's YouTube channel is called Going Through the Motions. And he can get very excited very easily. But if you listen to what he has to say, you will be very surprised. Because he actually...
Welcome back to
watching him prior to now, everything that he said has come true. So, sorry, Gabby, I just gave up my source. I don't have ESPN. Unfortunately. All right. Let's put this on. I haven't timestamped anything, so we're just going in
Special
blind,
edition
okay?
on Sunday night.
Don't there might be a bit of potty mouth here, so I'll put up a bit of a warning. But if you're not scared of a few F-bombs or a bit of excitement, then
I thought I was going to be completely unplugged tonight, but I decided to, since I have him with my own crew
kiss me,
here.
Cal.
I think I just said that
Have
this
a
is
great
enough. I have
day.
to come back on and give some messages. First and foremost, I want to give a special shout out here. If I read to you just what I got just now, okay, you'd be amazed. But I'm gonna hold that back because I'm not sure if this woman wants to be. Well, I could actually read what she sent me, but I know I'm too smart, and I've been on this earth long enough to know when shit happens, and I also know when I get the pushback. See, this is the thing, people. When you get the pushback, you know it's from the McAlberts, all right? You just know, okay? And furthermore, here's the bottom line. If the guy from Limeys was smart, if he was a real entrepreneur,
thanks, Elizabeth,
he would have realized that all these people, whether it was true, not true, but we know it's true. Now, did he call the cops? Did he bar the guy? Who cares? Does he want that element in his restaurant? Well, buddy, you better think about it, my friend, because
all right. So he's talking about a restaurant. I think it's called Limes in Canton, where apparently the McAlberts went for dinner the other night or something, and there must have been a fight or an argument or something went on, and Sean's having a go at, not having a go, but saying, to the owners, will you let them in? He's banned, apparently Brian Albert is banned from CF McCarthy. He's not allowed ever back in there, and Sean's just saying, well, if you let trash in, then you're going to get trash, pretty much.
Tell you right now, there was about 400 people on my Facebook that said, we're going there. My good buddy Dennis Sweeney went out there last night to support you. All right. So you, my friend, better think about your future. It's not a threat. It's no sweat off my back, pal. All right. But the bottom line is something happened in your restaurant with that trash. And yes, that's right, pal. They're trash. Now, if you want to support them, that's your right. You have every reason as an entrepreneur, treat everyone fairly. Good for you, pal. Hey, by the way, while we're on the subject, I want someone to go down to CF McCarthy's right now and report back to me. Is Brian Albert barred from CF McCarthy's? And I just want them to tell you when he was barred. That's all. Oh, by the way, ask the owner or ask the waitresses there, how bad did he beg people not to mention that after he was under the microscope, under the cross?
You just have to sift the chaff from the hay with Sean. He does tend to jump around a little bit. So if I jump around with my placements, it's difficult to actually catch where he's at and where he's going. So I just have to play it for a bit.
Crosshairs of the FBI when this whole thing went down. Come on, guys. Go right by, our friend Chrissy there, didn't he? Just stop in to CF McCarthy. Just say, is Brian Albert allowed to walk through that door? All right, let's get it on, guys. Let's get it on, right? Sooner or later, that trash family is going to get the message. And I'm telling you, buddy, it's coming. Lewis's, hey, love your burgers, buddy. Been there a million times. You want that trash? You got it. Keep it open mind. Let them drink all night. See how many fights you get into. Just go ahead, all right? If you don't listen to the people will speak.
Can you go there and video it and send it to me? That would be awesome.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. The protest is kind of a reason why I'm doing tonight's show. Let's see. The protest, right? The anti-Karen Reed protest. Now, listen. I don't have a problem with what they did. I really don't. Elise, Kate, the other ladies. Now, I don't know what's her name there. What's her name? Lindsay, right? But Lindsay got a little hair across her ass today. She opened on fire on me. Well, it's fine. I reached out to her. I haven't even checked my things. But guess what? I said to her, hey, listen, you want to come on the show? I got a million questions that Lieutenant Cyclops never asked you, but I would love to ask you as a 35-year career, pal, career, Lindsay, investigator. I have a million questions to ask you. Really good questions. But I know you won't come on my show. Neither would Kate. All right. And I got that were privileged information between her and her attorney. And that those three women knew, and they knew from Michael Proctor. And tell me you didn't. You don't have to tell me, people. All right. You're going to tell it to.
What he's saying is the three women, the main women responsible for the protests, the anti-Karen Reid protesting at the courthouse, were apparently they came up with some information, or came out with some information that was communications between Karen Reid and David Yannetti at the very start when Michael Proctor got her phone and was reading through it. And only Michael Proctor knew, apart from Karen and Yannetti, obviously, what was said. It was privileged information. And he said as soon as he saw that, he handed the phone back or didn't look at it or whatever he said, which was all bullshit anyway. But these women actually quoted what was said in that correspondence on live TV. And all the feds were waiting for was proof that Proctor had actually read it and had said something about it to someone else to be able to make their next move, basically. And these women did just that. That's what Sean's going on about now. Just
to an investigator with the Civil Rights Division, because they've been just waiting for someone to come public with that information.
Yeah.
All right.
So now the Civil Rights Commission of the Department of Justice has become involved and will take it from there, apparently. You'll be the one in the tank. Is it like do they have like live fish and stuff there? Live lobsters or something? Take a picture of it, of the restaurant, and send it through.
And this is the start of tonight's show. Before we go there, I just want to
start of tonight's
about
show
my day today. All right. It was a beautiful start off, right? What the hell is this thing? So from CVS, Susie and I went down to
I've heard this story, guys.
And some other people, and Kate, and Canton knows who she is. It doesn't really matter. But she knows, and she had the balls to go right into that office, because guess what? She has an incredible civil suit against Helena Rafferty. But we'll just leave that off the side, okay? So Michael Proctor, as we know now, okay, went into Karen's cell phone. We know this. And he read privileged information from Karen and her attorney. Now, I don't know what the hell he read.
I have seen some thumbnails from Truth Revealed, but I haven't actually watched anything. I've been too busy researching myself. Sorry. I will check it out, though.
Okay. He's saying that he saw this. Okay. And, quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. Because if you think about what my wife wrote as the rain was pouring, Karen could have confessed, all right, to the killing of Jimmy Hoffa if that was whispered in her brain. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that. And here's the other thing. How many hours after she was sectioned, after she went through this horrendous, absolutely horrendous event in her life, knowing everything, knowing that she has MS, knowing how we had Chrissy come on the show to say stress, manipulation, just fear can make you say, instead of milk, I want white water. Okay. Think about this. Everyone has to keep in mind. Okay. So Michael Proctor goes way over the edge on this one. Way over the edge. Right. Oh, and now to cover Michael, right? Because this is where it gets nice and dicey. Right. So to get a cover story, all right, the famous girlfriend, right? The one that doesn't like the two fingers pointing at her. creates this big story, huge story, okay? And guess what? Lindsay, your credibility is down the toilet. I don't care. You could do all the movies, things you want. You tried to get on, what's that, Bachelorette?
I think Lindsay is commonly referred to as crusty panties. I think.
Whatever the hell it was, Lindsay, your credibility is gone. You want to come on my show and dance with me? We can dance all night. I'm telling you, you're not that good, and you're not that smart. Kate's not that smart. Jennifer and Kevin are not that smart. You all got caught at your own game. Your own game. You guys bought the hoax. The cops, the state troopers, right? The world.
So Sean's main, from the start, his main argument has been that this was never meant to get to trial. So what happened to John wasn't, I think a lot of people are getting the conspiracy confused. In my mind, some people think that it was a conspiracy to murder John, but I don't think that was a conspiracy. I think that it was a complete accident. I think the conspiracy started after the fact. So I think it was completely accidental what happened to John, and that's when plans went into action to cover that up. So the conspiracy starts with the cover-up of what happened to John, not with the actual plotting his demise, so to speak. So Sean's main argument is that because Brian is, such a predominant figure in the neighborhood and was the head of the police department there, that he's pulled in favors, okay? And that no one ever thought that it would go to trial. They thought that they would frame her, set her up, put all this evidence out there, create the perfect, crime and aim it at her in the hopes that she would just take a plea deal. And she didn't. She fought it. And that's where they mucked up. She actually fought it. And so now they've had to recount and revise their lies, basically. So that's where he's coming from. It was never meant to go to trial, which is another reason why I think the defense was so elated that it got to a mistrial, because she would never have been found guilty, ever. You could not convince 12 people unanimously on that evidence that she was guilty. Not going to happen ever. So in their eyes, a mistrial is a win, because they know that it's not going to be retried. Am I ticking some boxes here?
Of this whole investigation, the Boston cops, right? Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I got Javier Velasquez who's going to blow all you mofos out of the water. Yeah, that's right. I talked to Javier down in Medellin, Colombia today. Let me tell you something, Boston cops, right? All you white cops who think you're fucking safe, you're all mofos, okay? You're all mofos. Javier Velasquez told me incredible stories, and he's going to tell more. He's going to come live on my show if he wants to, okay? He's also talked to the feds. Trust me, people. Listen, I'm going to make this statement as bold as I can make it. I don't care what comes out tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't care. I know it's not going to be a guilty verdict. I don't care if they say Karen's not guilty, hung jury, whatever. All right. She will never be found guilty. That I can tell you. All I'm just saying is this is just volume 1. Volume 2 is getting teed up. You have to remember something. Alan Jackson is not foolish. Dave Yannetti is not foolish. Eliza Little are not foolish. They put on 6 witnesses of 70 something they could have called. I was dying. I wanted to see Tom Beatty up there. right? I haven't talked to Tom since friggin' before my father died. I lost him, but I got to talk to him, and I got to talk to all these other people. But I'm telling you, Alan Jackson, Karen Reed knows that she is going to be found innocent. Okay, it doesn't matter at what point. Okay, hung jury or not, it makes no difference. It makes absolutely no difference. This was all teed up to set the stage for federal intervention. You can take that to the bank. I don't care. I don't care. So all you happy horseshit artists, Alex Arias, Kenny the plumber, Braden Connie, Maniquin, whatever his fucking name is, Kate, the newbie, I love about you. Hey, this is what I love. This is what I love about you guys, right? And listen, I felt bad for what's her name, Elise. I did. Elise defended a friend of hers at the Halloween party. When you flitted in, Lindsay, okay? So guess what? They all took advantage of Karen. Every last one of them. Proctor, the whole nine. Yuri, the lieutenant wizard there, Cyclops, right? Don't blink, Brian. Don't blink. You might be lying, right? Keep those eyes solid. All right. I'm telling you, again, we're going to get a verdict this week. Right? Come hell or high water, it will never be a G. It will never be a guilty verdict. Ever, ever, ever. But I will tell you right now, Karen Reed is going to be exonerated one way or the other. If it's a not guilty of 12 people, I'm hearing different stories. It's 11-1. All right. I don't know. It could be 11-1 for guilty. Who the Christ knows? Even if she's found guilty, miraculously, there's a rescue plan. And you people who've been following me, best believe in it. The McAlberts, Kevin Lenahan, you don't even get it. You don't even get it. You actually think that Lally would even be available. That's right. I got a good friend right here, and I wish I could say, but she just said to me, and I can't give it up. She respects me. What did she say? Sean, I respect you for supporting Elisa. My friend right there, you know who you are. I love you like a sister from another mother, whatever. She knows, and you would all be fucking dead surprised to find out who this person is. And we talk a lot, okay? A lot. And I'm never going to give up people who have the moral fortitude to stand up for people, to have a heart for people. That's how I am, all right? I'm going to tell you right now, I feel bad for the McCabe's. I mean, for
this channel,
for the O'Keefes, absolutely do. I don't know who they are. I mean, I'm just saying. All I'm saying right now is, this is jump time. This is jump time, and this is when it's going to change forever. I don't care what happens this week. To me personally, it's never mattered. To me personally, this case should have never, ever, ever come to trial. Forget trial. It should have never been indicted. All right. But I'm glad it was. Okay. As bad as I took Sean, you get everything fucking wrong. Kevin Lenahan says, he talks to Karen every day. Every day. Well, Kevin, if I was really hooked into Karen the way you say, how the fuck could I be getting everything so wrong, according to you, Kevin? I mean, you can't have it both ways. Either I'm talking to her or I'm getting things wrong, because come on, pal. I mean, I'm a voice here, pal. If she's talking to me, you would think I'd get everything right, right? There's also a lot of bullshit being stirred up. People, the Free Karen Reed team, I'm telling you right now, I saw Paul Christopher's message. Hey, if Elise and Kate and everyone else comes, I don't care if they bring 1,000 people. All right. This side, the Free Karen Reed side, have to do your due diligence and hold your head high with honor. No interaction. And listen. Okay. The fact that it was said, and now Lisa, I know you said what you said. I know the other girls said what they said. What I'm saying is, you said it with probably good intentions, right? I'm not here to beat up on you guys, all right? But you gave them exactly what they needed. They needed somebody to come out publicly and give up that information. All right.
Peter or
Whoa.
Pete Murphy?
Hold on, Peter. You know, Peter, you always come in the wrong time, my friend. Anyways, all right. So with that said, I gotta put this thing down. All right. I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but guess what? You gave it up. I'm sorry. You gave it up. Right?
Thanks for dropping
You
by.
gave it up. Kevin gave it up. Kate gave it up. You all gave it up. Right? That means you all were in cahoots with Proctor and the district attorney's office. All right. And it's going to be a dragnet. You're all your telephone tolls. If you called anyone, whoever I'm telling you, people, the public corruption unit is one thing, right? The civil rights division, that's the hammer. I'm telling you, that's the hammer. No cop ever wants to get on that list. No cop ever wants to get on the civil rights unit of the DOJ. No way. That means if you bang a guy up, right, you're automatically on the suspect list. If you lie in court, right, it's called giglio. You'll never testify again in another court. You're counting batteries like Brian Higgins. All right. What else? All I'm just saying is, you guys now listen. I'm just telling you, if they need you, all I'm saying is, if I was Michael Proctor, I'd jump on ship right now. He's done. He knows he's done. The only thing
this was all done prior to Monday's verdict. So this is Sean's prediction on what happened to Proctor, or what would happen to Proctor post-verdict.
can do is to save face is to cooperate. Right? He's got to cooperate. He's got to give it up. And he's got to give up to the Civil Rights Unit and to the Department of Justice what he did and who he told and why he did it. Okay? He's got to come clean and do it. He can't push this button any further. He really can't. And if he does, well, then so goes his career. So goes the careers of others. Okay? Kevin Lanahan, if you actually think Adam Lally will be around to prosecute this case again, you're out of your mind. You definitely do believe in the tooth fairy. I'm telling you. Okay. I hope you have a lot of money from the tooth fairy. You know, you believe in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you believe that anyone will ever touch this case again, if it's a hung jury, just put your teeth under the pillow again. I know you probably saved them as a kid. I know your mother has them all saved up. Put them back under and see how much money you get. Because I'm telling you, it's a myth. It's a hoax. All right. There will be federal intervention. There will be. Now, the lady that told me, all right, before the big blow up, all right, I had 2 people confirm about limeys, right? Then I had a person who was actually there who had conversations with Chris Albert, back and forth, back and forth. She even took a picture. I posted the picture, right? Now, the bottom line is, I don't care when this thing happened. The word is this: they had to leave, all right? They had to leave because they were getting booed, right? And the other team of McAlbert's, right, got booed out of Lewis's. Lewis, you can defend it all you want. Hey, if you're afraid of the Alberts, fine. All right, fine.
Here.
Norwood's a big town. A lot of townies in Norwood, right? Hey, listen, Brian's he's an outsider. He's living in an apartment, right? Come on, he knows you know what's going on. But listen, do your thing. So this lady who just hit me, she gave me, I'll tell you, she gave me everything. You know what she just gave me? She gave me a photo. I don't know if this is out there. She gave me a photo of big fucking fat Morrisey with Paul O'Keefe and someone else. I'll be posting this. Hey, I'm probably late to the game anyways, all right? But and she got fucking Carl inside getting a beer with these people, right? I don't know who these people are. I don't even know who's sending me this stuff, right? But the bottom line is it's happening. Then there's cards there. Oh, Sean. Who's Sean? Oh, you did a great job. You deserve a promotion. Who's Sean? What are those cards at the table there? Big money being put on there. Big coin to rent it. Big donations to the VFW. Hey, VFW, if that's who you want to be aligned with, it's your right. Go right ahead, right? Go right ahead. Listen, I just had these cash apps come in, right? Hold on.
Skip your cash
Wow.
apps.
right? You got too close to this. You took it personally, right? You're not objective as an investigator. I shot the sheriff. I don't know what the hell I don't know. I got every clap in my head today, but I didn't shoot the deputy. This is the problem with these people, right? And right after that, he says, yeah, John was wearing a big puffy snow coat, and we don't normally cut through there because the down gets everywhere. People, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I'm going to go back one more time. I don't care if she told Bradel that she killed Jimmy Hoffa. She's not even old enough to kill Jimmy Hoffa. It doesn't matter. I'm at Bradel. Yannetti. Okay? They spent hundreds of man hours investigating, interviewing, showing people things. I think the duffel bag has made another appearance. All right. There's more information about the duffel bag. I can't give it up now. But I'm telling you, the duffel bag, all you people, I'm glad I'm out reading the chat. All you people about the duffel bag, hang on. It's getting better. Trust me. You know what happens? Proctor, you fool. You fool, Mikey. You never thought your personal cell phone was going to get grabbed. You never did. And Brian, you mofo. Brian Higgins, your work phone got grabbed, you stupid fool, right? You really think, you really thought, Brian, by giving up your personal cell phone to your buddy there. Who's your buddy? Your buddy there from, I don't know what his name is. He's an ATF. He's a tech guy.
Extracted.
To just secure certain emails and texts from your personal phone. Buddy, you forgot about your work phone. We know you talk to Albert on the work phone. You don't talk to your girlfriends on the work. You talk to your buddies, right? You forgot about the fact that the FBI, all you mofos forgot. We didn't forget. You just didn't bank on it. You didn't bank on the fact that Steve Scanlon got the word, right? You didn't bank on that. You didn't bank on Steve Scanlon having the fucking balls to put his life in jeopardy, to put his neck out, right? You didn't bank on that because the word was known within 2 or 3 days.
Whilst you're listening, I'm going to Google and see if I can find out what Paul said to Karen.
Of John's death. I know someone else that knew within 2 days of John's death. A lot of people, matter of fact, knew within 2 or 3 days of John being killed that it was not a car accident. But you know, some guys, you really fucked up. And the feds are bringing ass to the table. They're bringing ass down to Uncle Joe's house. I'm telling you.
Feds are bringing
ass. I told Howie Carr. They're bringing ass down, Howie.
We're going to have to clip that.
There's a whole slew of stuff that was left on the table purposefully, because you know why? Because Alan Jackson knows that there's a rescue plan. I hope he's listening. I hope Karen's listening because hey, Karen, I'll be talking to you tomorrow. Don't worry. Kevin, you see that? Karen, I'll be talking to you, right? Kevin, you are a bobo. You know what a bobo? You're worse than a sapo, okay? A sapo. That's even worse than a frog. You're a jungle frog. That's what you are. Kevin, you're a jungle frog. You're a sapo. Anyways, that's why I believe what I believe. Do the math. Do the math. All right. The federal government paid for the crash daddies. All right. The crash daddies. Right. No stake in the game. Right. They were told, give us your opinion. Right. I'm telling you, 35 years in this game, it is never, ever, ever, ever done like this. I talked to Mark Betterow. I talked to Howie Carr. I talked to, who else did I talk to? I talked to Melanie Little. All right. Here's the other thing. You got great people like Mark Betterow. You got great people like Melanie Little, right? That went out front. Melanie Little went through every page, every document there was to analyze this case, okay? She didn't have what I had. And guess what? You know, she told me when we were on the green room for her, when I was going on her thing, Sean, please, I don't want to hear it. I said, Melanie, no problem. No problem. The dogs are going crazy. No problem. Mark Betterow, okay? I talked to him. I gave him a couple of things. Right. He's astonished.
I've looked at 3 different sites, and apparently he said, I'm not done with you yet. Paul O'Keefe said to Karen on his way out of court after the mistrial was announced, "I'm not done with you yet." There you go. You have it on Google. And if it's on Google, well, it's gospel.
He's astonished. I haven't given him everything. I still have to talk to him. All right. I'll get him on my show. He was supposed to be on my show the Tuesday. Where? I talked to 4 people that know the guy. All right. Tell the guy I'm calm. They all did. I know they did. It came up at the trial. It didn't have to be admissible. It got brought. And I'll tell you another thing. Karen's on Dateline or ABC Nightline. I don't know what the hell it was. She talked about it then too. Live and living color. You know why? It doesn't matter. Like my FBI peeking behind the state police's back. All right? Think about that. This was a very, very...
Let me go back a bit here.
We pull tolls, like when we pull electronic devices, okay? Right? We pull those devices, right? All right. Well, we just don't say, hey, Verizon, hey, AT&T, hey, Marvell.
The other thing I found out too, whilst I was watching something else. Now, you know how they said that they couldn't get any information from the McAlberts, mainly Brian Albert and the rest of them, because they all got rid of their phones. And there was no, they couldn't get their messages or their phone calls or the details or their whatever. But apparently you can still get from the actual telephone company, like the provider, you can get all their GPS data points and you can get all their data. So you can see that they either made phone calls or text messages, but you just can't see what those text messages contain. So you can get apparently enough GPS data from the provider to be within a 3-meter square accuracy from the provider on those phones without having the handset. So that could potentially come out as well, because the prosecution didn't put any of that into discovery. They just went, the phone's not available. They discarded them, so nothing's available. But that's not true, apparently. Not true. What does that say, Deb? Gab, I missed that. Wow, he has to be some kind of dumb. Yeah. Everything this guy says, if you go back on his channel, this was done last week, but if you go back to his channel, from just before the trial or early days of the trial, everything that he has said, he's been right on. He's been right on. Especially as far
we don't
as
say, hey,
the federal investigation
you're going to give it to us. No. We have these things called administrative subpoenas. So yeah, there is paper, and guess what? We don't need a judge. We just need a supervisor's signature, right? And guess what? See, this is the problem with these mofos. All right. All right. And I consider all 8,600 of you people as a bad bunch of mofo hunters, right? This is what I'm seeing right now. He nor anyone thought about the FBI peeking behind the state police's back, right? Think about that. This was a very, very political fucking assault on the state police, on the Norfolk County DA's office. People, just think about this. Just think about the ramifications, right? If this thing doesn't materialize, we know it is. They found out everything. They had it all before Aden County was known by any one of the masses, right? What did Aden County have? 400 followers at any given time back in the day before April 18th, the famous blog that catapulted them into stardom? They had it all.
Yeah.
They had paper from the grand jury, all printed up, ready to be served. They started serving that paper before Aden started blasting them all. Way before Sean McDonough ever even knew about this, right? They knew. And guess what? They don't start a grand jury for no reason at all. They did the work. They spent buku money. They got the telephone tolls. They got it all. And guess what? Alan Jackson made the final decision. We're going with the bare bones. Because you know why? A, he didn't want to bore the jury, right? He knew the Mac Daddy truck, the Mac Daddy crash guys were going to come in and save the day. All right.
Yep.
That's it. And guess what?
Is that
At
true
the
or is that
end
true?
of the day, this really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Lally knows it. Morrisey knows it. McLaughlin knows it there. The lady next, the attorney next to Lally. The whole room knows it. All right. The only people that don't know it is Coffin Whacker, the fake FBI, Kevin and Kate. They don't know it. They just haven't figured it out yet. They haven't figured it out.
They called her Twat Doffer the other day. Jennifer Twattendoffer.
Hey, well, by the way, Paul O'Keefe, what's up with the pinky ring? You guys go back. I saw this today. I went back. What's up with the pinky ring? You put your wedding ring on the pinky. Is that supposed to be like good luck? What is that about? I want to, can someone ask me what that's about? Hold on. I got a question here. Mary, hold on.
So I don't think there's going to be another
Where is
trial,
she?
Bob.
Oh, man.
We'll find out on the 22nd anyway.
Something about the cow. The cow. I don't know what the cow is. All right. Yeah, his headstone. It's only a movie. I'm telling you, Lisa C., I'm telling you, this is a movie. It's only a movie. All right. I just lost this thing. They wanted to ask me about the cow. I don't even know what the cow is. What's the cow? What do you mean the cow? Now, listen, who's this? Jen. Dig up Tim's pool. No. Listen, it's none of this is even needed. Not needed.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI kills you with electronic devices. They kill you. They get all the comms. I'm telling you right now, T3s were up. I don't know how far, I'll tell you right now, I don't know how long they were up for. I don't know how many phones they were on, but I know they were up. I know they were listening. I'm telling you, they were listening. They were listening. Take that to the bank. All right. And you know,
the bank.
as soon as that first arrest is soon as that first arrest is made, that indictment has to be unsealed. That's the beauty of a federal indictment. You know, I believe they got it. I believe it's sealed, just waiting for the perfect moment. I'm telling you,
that is now.
There's a rescue plan, all right? There's an exit strategy, all right? You guys.
All right. We've said it. It's out there now. Now we've just got to watch it unfold. Yeah? Because I reckon he is absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Oh, I'm going to have to start thinking of menu items.
Just don't take my word. Take the crash daddy's word for it. Right? Take the person who paid their fees for it. Take Alan Jackson's word when he said, of course John O'Keefe was in the house. Take his word for it. Take Karen Reed telling Matt from Court TV, of course I'm going to straighten out. Of course those things are going to get straightened out. It may not be done live, but they're going to get straightened out. Take those words. Take the words. Don't listen to this wacky DEA agent. Y'all think I'm crazy, Kevin, and I'm talking to Karen every day, but I'm getting everything wrong, right? Don't take it. Don't take it from me. Listen to the tape. Listen to Jackson. Listen to Josh Levy. Listen to the DOJ. The Commonwealth fabricated and manipulated evidence. We all know it. Guess what, Kevin? You don't know it yet, but you will know it, all right? And I'm telling you guys, I don't know how and when this will come out, okay? That, I'm telling you, when we did our investigation with the DEA, we picked the right time to do it. There was a case up in Springfield. We held we sealed the indictment for weeks, planning on how we're going to do it, doing surveillances on where the people were at. We had multi-jurisdiction. We had Worcester County, we had Hampden County, we had Boston, we had down in Dade County, we had Broward County, we had people in the Bahamas, and we had people in Medellin, Colombia, right? So we just had to make sure that we had everything was going to be covered correctly.
All your ducks in a row.
People, I'm telling you right now, and those FBI guys are probably listening to, how the fuck does this guy know what the hell he's talking about? They're probably saying the same thing as Kevin is. But I'll tell you, they know. They do know. Of course they know. And I had one conversation with that female special agent. She banged me out because she thought I was giving out telephone numbers to Rita and the ladies that got their threatening letter from Chris Albert and the other fool. All right. But it was wrong.
Rita's from.
It was wrong.
So if you've also watched on YouTube, there's the Canton State Selection Board or something. They have been putting their meetings up on YouTube. Where is it? Chris Albert, Colin Albert, Chris Albert, I think, is one of the chairmen there, and it's Rita is one of the Canton spokespeople for the public, and she gets up and basically tells it how it is to the select board. And that's really interesting to watch too, the dynamics in there with how things are being handled internally in Canton.
Wrong. I gave two people their numbers, and those two women had nothing to do with letters from
all right, sure.
A guy with dark hair. Think about this stuff, right? Think about the friggin' timelines that got completely screwed up until we had to get Garino's Bakery get on the stand and say that Karen was actually, in fact, in her driveway at 1236. The timeline got friggin' destroyed. Think about the bombshell.
Yeah, well, did you notice the timeline when Lally did his closing? Never had a murder time. Never had a death time, never had an accident time in it. Wouldn't you think that would be pertinent information to put in your timeline? Oh, bye, Bri. You have an awesome day. Go save some babies, help them breathe. Jennifer calls him Chicken Mama Charlie. Yes, he's definitely worth a watch. I know he's a little bit eclectic and he can get really, really excited, but he's been on the money. He's been on the money. So anyway, with that, I suppose we should I don't think I've got any more videos to show you. No. Today, no doubt, will be it's 10:30 now. So that means it will be 8:30 a.m. in the morning over there. So there's 2 hours before AJ's stream, I think. Is that right? So there is the link to alternate juror number 1. Check out her site. She has some awesome trials, a little bit outside the box, a little bit outside the square. So if it's something that that's not the Karen Reeds of YouTube, not that that's not a problem, but yeah, if you like something different as well, she has an awesome channel over there, so go and check it and like and sub. The link is there. And also, if you are new to the YouTube scene or new to true crime and you wanted to start up or become a content creator, the best place to find and research your stuff in one place is on Discord, and it's called As the Gavel Drops. The link is there below, just there. Tell them I sent you. They are amazing. Every court case upcoming is there, and once you click on that court case with the date, it has a full thread of all the documents that are there, all of the court minutes, where to find them, all the articles, all the YouTube channels, all the everything for that one court case or that one particular trial. And it also has a list of the I don't think it's the top 20, but there is a list of about 20 true crime channels on there that you can go and have a squiz at if you're into true crime. So check them all out, and yeah, do go down and it's free to join. It doesn't cost anything, but they are A1 with their material. Absolutely A1. Oh, there you go. There's the link. She's live today at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And you're very welcome, Gabby. All right. Well, if anyone has any extra comments, okay, will do. Thanks, AJ. I'll put that back up whilst I'm talking. Anyone got any questions? Anyone got any additional comments that they might like to make on what they think could potentially be? Let me get back to my full screen. What might come of this mistrial? Do you think it's going to go back to court? Do you think there is something to be said about this federal investigation and the corruption and what might come of it? Twat waffle. Twat waffle mofo. Yeah. See, I do have ESPN. I think we're soul sisters, Gabby. Just quietly. Oh, I put the wrong one up. Oops. Yes, AJ is doing the closing statements for a trial in Judge Boyd's courtroom today. And I'm sure she'll inform you of what is upcoming for her next installment. Yeah. That could be something on your menu in your restaurant. With cream on top. All right. With that, I think I'm going to wind up the stream and say thank you again to everyone. Thank you for... Yes. One of the victims in the case that alternate juror is presenting at the moment has a different surname, and the closed captions got it terribly wrong on Monday. Terribly wrong. Like, yeah, very wrong. Love you too. Yep. So head on over, 10:30. So thank you again, everyone, for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. And I'll keep you up to date with, obviously, anything that comes up with Karen Reid and this FBI investigation. But I'm going to turn my sights back a little bit more to Tyrone Tucker and do a little bit of a catch up with him, because the time has come. Time has come. All right. Thanks all again to everyone. Arrivederci. I shall bid you all adieu. Let me play this. I shall bid you all.
Well, I can tell you it's been a very, very dangerous and extremely fast pursuit. They've been chasing that van right there. Now,
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. Are you Googling the laws right now?
Henderson Police Department SWAT team responded to the scene and set up a perimeter around the condominium.
I travel in and out of time zones.
And the 3 key rules for a criminal defense lawyer: always on time, impeccably dressed, and occasionally sober.
The yellow sports car up ahead won't stop. Then something happens you might expect in a Spider-Man movie. It wraps around the tire of the fleeing vehicle and stops all forward motion.
Objection, asked and answered.
I mean, he leaps over the fucking bench.
No, the thing is, that's my property. You have no choice.
Actually, I do, because I found friggin' Xanax bars on your driver's seat. If you want to explain something, explain those.
Cops get very frustrated when you don't answer their questions.
No.
Step back forward.
He's gonna go straight. There's a car right here. Got him.
All right, I'm going to excuse everyone. Mr. Brooks is being removed from the courtroom.
This is fucking hilarious. So he pulls out a joint in court.
Go, 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 go. Turn on your stomach! Stop fighting us! Stop resisting!
The injury by the police, that may be a separate issue for you to file a civil suit.
Chris, just while he's doing that, talk to me. What were you running for again? Warrant. Warrant? A felony warrant? City warrants what? Felony warrant on Kansas. Well, I'm pretty sure they ran you, and you don't have any warrants. I don't. No. No warrants? No. It's all that for nothing, right? No warrants, no nothing. Yeah.
Police! A little farther back. A little more. Okay, go.
I'm not gonna sit here and let you fix the trial because you don't want to tell the truth to the jury.
We're there, guys. Got eyes on.
I want to suck. Yes, I think I would like to suck your dick. I don't think so.
I prefer not to.
I prefer not to, sir. See that? I love that.
So do you wish to say anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.